For over 30 years, the Melvins have left an indelible legacy across many genres of heavy. As a noise-addled, sludge-imbued tangent to the hardcore punk scene, the Melvins have made a mark across such diverse genres as grunge, hardcore punk, and even doom metal, to say nothing of their forays into noise, electronica, alternative, and whatever sounds currently tickle their fancy. As such, each tour, like each album, has its own character and emphasis. Recent years have seen the band's leaders, the peerless Buzz Osborne and the immaculate timekeeper Dale Crover, crossing the nation with Jared Warren and Cody Willis from the band Big Business, as a double-drumming Melvins monstrosity. However, their current tour, in support of recent album Bases Loaded, finds the band performing as a three-piece with Stephen Shane McDonald of long-running punk outfit Red Cross on bass. Dale Crover on drums more than compensates, though, with his unique lead drum style of playing. Beginning the show, Buzz pacing in circles, feedback and discordant guitar filling the theater. A 9-minute build-up leads to a crushing Eye Flies from debut album Gluey Porch Treatment, heralding the start of the show. Nearly 30 years after its release, Eye Flies illustrates a direct lineage from the Melvins' earliest output to their most recent. After nearly 12 minutes of brain-scraping sludge, Space's Stephen Shane McDonald takes the lead in a high-energy version of the Kiss classic Deuce, one of the few bands where grunge and glam metal could find common ground. With Buzz's booming voice on fine display, a rollicking rendition of Queen off of 1994's Stoner Witch follows hot on its heels. Dale's engulfing drums initiate The Kicking Machine from 2008's Nude with Boots. A seamless transition from The Kicking Machine, the band switches gears into the churning swirl of National Hamster, a track culled from their 2012 EP The Bulls and the Bees, released by car company and sometimes music promoter Scion AV. For those unfamiliar with his day job in long-running punk act Red Cross, Stephen Shane McDonald acquaints the uninitiated with Red Cross's Janus, Jeannie, and George Harrison. Bringing things back to a sludgy consistency was a Melvins rarity, Euthanasia, a non-album single from 1990. Particularly harrowing, Euthanasia was an unexpected surprise, given the infrequency of its performance over the years. Continuing an already eclectic and wide-ranging set is Mr. Ripoff from Freak Puke, the 2010 release that saw Buzz, Dale, and Trevor Dunn on stand-up bass, utilizing vintage musical equipment and instruments in the guise of the Melvins Light. The slow-moving crawl of this song acquitted itself quite brilliantly in a live, fully plugged and amplified setting, as close to an actual break in the constant churning action as you can find at a Melvins show. Up next is a cover of Alice Cooper's Halo of Flies. Never shy to express their influences in the most Melvins way possible, Buzz and company totally destroy on this song, dropping another nod to Kiss, with Dale crooning a couple of slightly altered lines from the song 100,000 Years, a thunderous drum intro from Venom's Warhead erupts, and the band lurches face first into Sesame Street Meat from 2014 release Hold It In. As timeless as any Melvins song, Sesame Street Meat would have found a home at any point in the band's career. As a thunderous roar emanates from the crowd when Stephen Shane McDonald introduces the inimitable Dale Crover, a surge of feedback follows, leading to the gut punch, kick punch, kick punch punch of Hideous Woman, a song off of their current release, The Basis du Jour, Bases Loaded. The sole representative from the epic Turn of the Millennium trilogy releases, Amazon from Part 1's The Maggot, quickens the pace just a bit, bringing the show to another level with its bouncy dirge. Up next is the self-explanatory Onions Make the Milk Taste Bad, another representative from 2014's Hold It In. The Decay of Lying, the lead-off track from Bases Loaded, is next for the band. Its slow-burning pace and Buzz's bellowing roar elevate this song to a level of grandiosity far beyond its plaintive intent. With a flurry of feedback and drums, Night Goat from 93's Houdini settles in to slow grind its way across the nearly 2.5 decades since its release. Not quite ready to call it a night, Dale begins a rousing vocal rendition of Take Me Out to the Ballgame, leading band and crowd in an American classic to call it a night. With multiple personalities, yet maintaining a titular identity, the Melvins never stop striving to create, to shape, to reinterpret their 30-plus years of existence. Whether exercising supreme rhythmic authority with Jared Warren and Cody Willis forming a Melvins superband, or acting as the greatest sludge-tastic power trio ever conceived, or just Buzz and Dale alone on stage crushing as a duo, the Melvins never cease to entertain and amaze. Walking off stage to Black Sabbath's Neon Nights, the Melvins have delivered what can best be described as a best-of set. Hitting all the right notes, such a career-spanning showcase perfectly illustrates how the Melvins have been creating timeless and original art for well over 30 years. Starting with Ozfest 98, I have had the honor of witnessing this band 4 times, never repeating, never settling. Each show has had a distinct feel and sound, yet identifiably the Melvins. Literally dozens of songs, several band configurations, indoor and outdoor. Every show remains a unique experience. Well recommended for anyone with a deep and abiding respect for the heavy arts, especially of the weird, sludged out variety.